He heard a cry for help and saw the boy being bitten by the wolf. His friend immediately set out to rescue him. Seeing the pitch-black hunting rifle, Doobie instantly bared his fangs in warning. Only when the friend put down the rifle did Doobie, seeing no danger, retract his fangs. The boy made a solemn promise, then slowly raised his arm. Doobie hesitated for a moment before gently opening his mouth and holding the arm. Seeing this, the friend couldn't help but exclaim that Jack had actually tamed the wolf. The man and wolf frolicked together on the grass. Doobie often went into the mine with Jack, with him pulling the sand and gravel. The efficiency of panning for gold also increased. Jack once again took Doobie into the tunnel. His friend sensed something was wrong, but before he could react, smoke suddenly billowed from the entrance. He hurriedly brought a lamp into the tunnel. Jack was buried, his life hanging in the balance. Doobie anxiously pawed at the dirt. Fortunately, they escaped unscathed, and Jack was successfully rescued. Sitting at the entrance, still reeling from the shock, Jack suddenly reached out to stroke Doobie's paw. The two were overjoyed, completely forgetting about the collapse, and rushed into the mine. The dirt Doobie had dug up was the location of a gold deposit. Jack took Doobie to sell the gold. The large chunks of gold attracted the attention of some thugs. Faced with this naive boy, an evil idea popped into their heads. Meanwhile, Jack returned to the cabin with the gold bars. He read the assay certificate to his friend. The gold purity was as high as 98%. The two were so happy they danced with joy, unaware that the thugs had already brought people to the scene. Just as Jack and his friend were sleeping, a Molotov cocktail flew into the wooden house. They hurried to put out the fire, but the flames were too fierce. The thugs approached the cabin with their henchmen. Seeing the door open, Doobie leaped up and pounced on one of the villains. The dropped hunting rifle accidentally fired, hitting another villain's foot. Doobie growled menacingly at the villains. At this moment, a bullet flew over. The thugs had actually been lying in ambush nearby, but their marksmanship was too poor. Doobie directly pounced on the leader. Jack and his friend subdued the three with hunting rifles and escorted them to the town's police station. Now that the trouble was resolved and the gold was enough for the two to live comfortably, they prepared to return to San Francisco. But a wolf couldn't live in the city. Jack was hesitant, looking at Doobie on his leg. His heart was filled with mixed emotions. Seeing this, his friend stepped forward to persuade him. Jack should choose to let go and allow Doobie to return to the freedom of the forest. It was his original right. Jack was extremely reluctant. He took Doobie to the edge of the forest and untied the restraining rope, kissing Doobie with a heavy heart. Steeling himself, he turned to leave. Seeing that Doobie still wanted to follow, Jack directly drove him away with the rope, constantly picking up stones to intimidate him. Only when he picked up a stick did Doobie finally give up. Jack shed tears of heartbreak and followed the horse-drawn carriage to the pier. Feeling downcast, he boarded the ship for the return journey, but he quickly changed his mind. At that moment, Jack made up his mind. He couldn't sever this bond. Resolutely, he returned to the mining area and began repairing the burned cabin. Jack suddenly looked back as if he had a premonition. There, Doobie appeared on the hilltop. They excitedly ran towards each other, galloping freely on the grass.